They
Okay.
moved everything around, so.
Geez, I don't like
It
when they
is.
move
It's staying
things.
recording up
Thank you.
top.
Now it's up the top again.
Yep.
Thank you. Sorry.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll start over. To order the August meeting of the East Hempfield Township Zoning Hearing Board. Members present this evening are Mr. Hanson, Mr. Luce, Mr. Bingham, and myself. We also have with us this evening our legal counsel, Jason Hess, our zoning officer, Beth Graham, and a court reporter. Also on Zoom is a young lady by the name of Judy, who will be taking the board minutes. We have one case scheduled this evening. And any other business, old business that may come before us. This board will hear this case in an informal manner without strict compliance with rules of procedure used in a court trial. We'll ask the applicant and any individuals interested in this case step in front of the table and explain the circumstances involved in their application. Applicant may present their case themselves or through their attorneys or other representatives. Fellow board members and I, as well as their solicitor, may ask the applicant questions from time to time during the applicant's presentation or at its conclusion. All persons having an interest in the application will be given the opportunity to ask questions of the applicant, offer evidence of their own, and inform the board of their position on the matter. In the interest of prompt and orderly disposition of the case, we will ask interested people to refrain from speaking until the applicant's presentation has been completed and the board has had the opportunity to question the applicant. At the beginning of the case, people who are interested in this case should decide whether they desire to be parties to it. By being given the status of a party, that person will be entitled to receive notice of the decision in that case, in this case, and will be entitled to participate in any subsequent appeal or rehearing. Individuals who are not given party status may nevertheless ask questions and present evidence, but will not receive notice of the decision and will not automatically be entitled to participate in any appeal or subsequent rehearing. If you desire to be a party, we ask that you sign an entry of appearance form at the appropriate time. And although each party will receive a written copy of the decision, the mechanics of typing and signing decision will take approximately 4 weeks. We ask that each person who asks a question or makes a statement first state his or her name and address for the court reporter. And lastly, in the interest of time, I will administer the oath of affirmation to the applicants and to everyone and anyone who anticipates making a statement with respect to the hearing this evening. So at this time, will you all rise, please? Would you rise? Stand. Under penalties of perjury, do you swear or affirm that the testimony you will give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So please say, I do. Okay, thank you. At this time, then, please stay standing. We'll all stand and salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Gentlemen, you've got copies of the July 15th board minutes. If there are no deletions, additions, or corrections, can I have a motion to approve the board minutes of July 15th, 2024?
Mr. Chairman, there is one thing here that I noticed, just looking at this, that there's 2 locations in which I'm referred to as the township solicitor. One on second page and one on the third page. Just that would be zoning hearing board solicitor, not township solicitor.
Yes. I think there's the first one. You
What's a page 2?
do 1, 2, 3rd, 4th paragraph,
One on page 2,
Yeah, township solicitor.
page 3.
right here,
Yeah, okay, I got that one.
right here. Somebody promoted them. Then on the next page, same thing. Right, just those are the two locations I found. Find that one.
Fourth paragraph.
Yep. Okay. Okay. With those two corrections, can I have a motion to approve the July 15th, 2024 minutes as amended?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Bingham, second by Mr. Hanson. Any discussion, gentlemen? Seeing none. Mr. Hanson,
In favor.
Mr. Luce,
Abstain due to absence.
Mr. Bingham,
In favor.
and I'll also vote in favor of the minutes as they were amended. For everybody's knowledge, not only are we holding this meeting in person, but we're also on Zoom. At this time, I don't see anyone except for Nate and Judy on Zoom. Any old business, Beth?
No.
Okay, then let's proceed to new business. Beth, the case.
Case number 2485, Krishna Prasad Pathak, 3441 Columbia Avenue, seeking a 6-month time extension for a temporary use permit.
Okay. And I'll probably mess up your name, so please forgive me. Krishna Pathak? That, I presume you're he? No. Oh, okay. So would you like to go over to the microphone and present your case? Oh, before I do that, I have to ask, is anyone in the audience or on Zoom that wants to be a party to this case? Seeing none? Okay, thank you. Please state your name, address, and present your case.
My name is Poonam. You hear? It's good.
That
Okay.
microphone?
My name is Poonam and I'm from like 3441 Columbia Avenue, Lancaster, PA.
1 second, man.
Make sure that's on.
This one.
it's on.
Yeah, it's on. You're just gonna have to get closer to the mic.
She can hold it.
Yeah, or hold it.
Okay. Now good?
That's better.
Better? Closer. Okay, our new business 3441 Columbia Avenue, Lancaster, PA 17603. And my name is Poonam Chalise. And my husband name is Krishna Prasad Pathak.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to extend 6-month extension for our food truck.
Or I'm gonna make a couple.
Okay, okay. Anything else you wanna, like, where's the truck located?
The truck is located in 3441 Columbia Avenue.
Okay.
And your plan is to keep it there for the next 6 months?
Yes, if possible, we can stay forever there. If it is possible, but like after 6 months, we come over here and more 6 more month extension.
And then that's it. You can't get any more extensions after the second 6 months, correct?
Yes, and we're planning to do a small business like a restaurant or
Okay. What are your hours?
we open 9 a.m. to 12.
9 to 12?
Yes.
About noon
Um,
or 12?
yes. Yeah.
To 12 midnight.
Yeah. 12 midnight.
And you are how many days a week?
Monday through, I mean, Wednesday through Monday, Tuesday off.
Okay. And you would keep those same hours?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Seeing none.
I do have
Jason,
one.
do you
if-
have questions?
And so you're, can you spell your first name? Is
PUNAM, Punam.
Punam? Okay.
Correct.
And, and then your last name is also Patak?
Chalice, CHALISE.
Can you say it again? CSA?
C as in cherry, as in Henry, A as in apple, L as in lion, I as in ice cream, S as in sun, and E as in igloo.
Okay, I see now that it's on the application. Okay. And just the state license or permit from the Department of Agriculture that you included in the application, it's this, the state permit. Looks like it mentions an address, has an address there of 1621 Columbia Avenue. Is that where you previously located there?
Yes, we are previous.
That was your
location, yes.
previous location?
Yes,
Okay. Is that license, is that good for your current location? Does that permit, is that okay for your current location? Because it has that old location on there.
Mm, Person. Person. Yes, it's work there.
Okay, those were the questions I had.
Beth, any questions? Anything else? Is there anyone in the audience or on Zoom that have questions of the applicant? Seeing none?
Can I ask a question?
Yes, Mr. Lewis.
The food truck that you have there, you're talking about putting it into a permanent. Are you planning on doing in that, the building that's there now?
के गर्नु त्यो के भन्नु अँ, त्यही त त्यही त भनेको के गर्नु उम्, होइन के भन्ने त्यही अर्को ठाउँमा गर्ने हो भने। उम्,
They was to keep, like if township permitted, she wants to keep the food truck in the same location rather than moving to other places.
Okay.
I'm the property owner,
Oh, gotcha.
so other than that food truck area, we don't have any other space. So we are changing that restaurant to retail grocery.
Gotcha.
So they are hoping that they will have more customer when we have a retail grocery, so they don't have to move from that place to another place, if township permit.
Would you please state your name and address for the court reporter?
My name is Paul Kaplan. And, my permanent address is 833 Stone Breeze Drive, Lancaster, PA 17601, and I'm the owner of the property.
That's true. Thank you. Anything else?
Nope, that should be it. Yep.
John, anything? Okay, seeing there's no additional questions and nobody in the audience have questions,
Mr.
is there
Chairman,
anything else?
I do have one more.
Oh, sure.
You, ma'am, you said your address, when you said your address, you indicated the address where the food truck is. When the board makes a decision and sends out sends the copy of the decision out, what address should it go to?
3441 Columbia Avenue.
Okay, okay,
It's the same address, which here.
okay.
Is there anything else you would like to add before we conclude testimony?
As a property owner, my curiosity is why township is not allowing to keep the same food truck in the same location for a longer period of time.
That you cannot ask us, you'd have to ask the Board of Supervisors. The supervisors adopt the ordinances, we just interpret the applications based on what the ordinance says.
And I think Nate could probably answer this, but I think one of the things the township is looking at now is coming up with a solicitation permit, which food trucks would fall under. Because right now you're limited to 1 6-month extension and then a second, and then you're done, which is kind of unfair to business owners that are operating food trucks. But it's one thing the township really never put any thought to when the ordinance was rewritten back in 2014, because food trucks really weren't popular at that point. That's pretty much why there's nothing in the zoning ordinance at this point that covers that. But that would be a good question to show up on our first or third Wednesday of the month and talk to the supervisors about. Yep. It's 7 o'clock, I
7
believe.
o'clock.
Excuse me, could you please go to the microphone when you talk? They're having a hard time hearing anything.
Thanks. Anything else?
You need anything on the mic?
You need
That-
him to repeat that?
Well, I just saw that Judy's unable to hear, so we'll need.
Would you, sir? That's
You'll
the
need to
way,
speak closer to the
the
microphone.
young lady that's taking the board minutes,
There's another
will be
mic.
able to hear you.
Yeah, just my question, as a property owner, my curiosity is to know why township is not allowing to keep the food truck longer than 1 year, rather than, like, if we extend for 6 months more now, and after 6 months we cannot. So what is the reason, as we are, as the owner of the property, we are allowing to have that truck there?
I think, Nate, did I explain that correctly?
The gist of it, yes. Part of the reason that it's temporary is the way food trucks are categorized right now. There's nothing in the zoning ordinance that really captures them. And Beth, as a zoning officer, is allowed to temporarily allow something that isn't permitted in areas. So this doesn't go through any kind of in-depth review. It allows Beth to have reduced criteria to allow it, and giving her that ability, they only let you do it for a short amount of time.
Is there any way, as a township can rework on this one to change the audience?
As Mr. Hanson said, that the Nate with the planning department is working with the Board of Supervisors, looking into that issue. So,
And I'm not sure if food trucks fall into that. I will say a food truck as a stationary item that's there long-term, I'm not sure it would apply to that. You know, typically food trucks move around. And if it were to fall into a solicitation permit type thing, it would be for a transitory food truck. If it's on a property long-term like this, it still has to follow zoning criteria.
Which there really isn't any for food trucks.
The temporary use, because it's a temporary structure.
Like in my opinion, like, the food truck is not generated through a generator. They need electricity directly because they are operating from 9 to 12. So to use a generator is really hard for the food truck to sustain their business. So if they need electricity to connect with the food truck, how is there any way the township can figure it out about thinking about the long-term, for the long-term lease or long-term resident there? Because of the electricity, like, it's really hard for them to, like, spend money to have electricity there because they already spent 2,500 to connect it. And it is really like, for within a 1 year, they may not make a lot of profit from there with the expenses of what they are having there, plus rent, electricity and everything. Like, if they have to move from after 1 year from there, they have to spend again $3,000-4,000 only to connect electricity for their food truck. So we would be very grateful to the township if we can work on these one for the long term.
What I would suggest that you consider is making an appointment and meet with Nate Sturgis and, explain your concerns to him. And then whatever he recommends that you do, whether it's to come back and talk to the board at their monthly meeting, that you would have a better understanding of where the township is, township have a better understanding of what you're talking. We, as the zoning hearing board, cannot change the ordinance. We just interpret the ordinance based on the application in front of us. So we're working with what is here. If you think there are changes, I definitely would suggest talking to Nate because he's the, if I get your title right, Nate, Director of Planning, and he's
Yep.
the one that looks at it. So,
Yeah, I will check with Nate about his schedule and I'll get back to him. I have his email, so.
okay, I appreciate that. With that, gentlemen, we are concluding testimony in case number 2485. There are no exhibits except for the application and there are no previous actions with this case. So if there is, I will listen to a motion in case 2485.
Mr. Chairman, in case 2485, the request of, I'm gonna butcher this, but we'll go ahead. Krishna Patak. Grant her a motion for a special exception for property located at 3441 Columbia Avenue, Lancaster, PA, to section 270-9.3A 16B to grant a 6-month time extension to operate a food truck at the subject property. With our standard conditions.
Okay, motion, case number 2485 by Mr. Hanson to grant a special exception this section 270-9.3A.16B to grant a 6-month time extension on the subject property for the operation of food truck. with our standard conditions. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Lewis. Any discussion, gentlemen? Did I catch that right? You said? Okay. Seeing no discussion. Mr. Hanson, how do you vote?
In favor.
Mr. Luce?
In favor.
Mr. Bingham?
In favor.
And I also vote in favor. Your request for a special exception for an additional 6 months has been approved with our standard condition, which is put on all applications. So thank you. Thanks. Anything else, Beth?
No, we have nothing for next month at this point. Friday's the deadline though.
Well, keep it that way.
And we are going to have a special meeting in September,
Have a
correct?
special meeting, September, yes.
But not this Thursday.
You're okay with this special meeting next month? Jason,
Yes.
you're still okay with that? Okay. Then with that, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone, and thank you.
Thank you.
It's the special meeting in September.
Our
Just continue.
continuous of the Colebrook. Yeah, we're supposed to meet this month, but they, I think it's vacation